When it comes to determining value in your business, have you ever really given any thought about those big changes that you have in mind for your studio? Maybe you want to add group lessons. Maybe you want to change your lesson structure. Maybe you want to branch out and start teaching a new demographic. Whatever you are trying to do to your business, I'm telling you, stop, wait a second, and I want you to examine the value of that change. It's super important, and that is what today's video is all about. It's about determining value in our studio, and I've got some great questions for you guys to consider when it comes to figuring out whether or not that change is going to boost that value in your studio. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to another edition of Friday 5 Live. My name is Sarah Campbell, and I'm one of the Upbeat piano teachers. You can find out more about us at our website, upbeatpianoteachers.com. And if you are tuning in live or on the replay, I want to say welcome, welcome. I'm so glad you decided to join me today. Please let me know where you are coming from, and let me know if you've really given the concept of value some serious thought when it comes to your business. I see a bunch of people tuning in today. Hello, hello. I see Manuel. I see Melissa, Barbara, Dana, and Mallory. Good morning, everybody. All right. So today is all about what brings value in your studio. If you're thinking about making a big change to your business, it's really important that you consider what kind of value that change is going to bring to your business, your clients, and your family. So we're going to talk about all of those things today. And as you might have guessed, today's magic word is going to be the word value. So if you're interested in getting a hold of the freebies that are part of today's broadcast, make sure that you comment with the word value below, and the Upbeat bot will message you here on Facebook, and then you're going to have to respond to her with the word value one more time so you can get a hold of those links. But let me get right to the good stuff today. You ready? You guys ready for some good stuff? Value. What brings value to your studio? How do we determine when those big changes that we have mulling around in our brain, how do we determine if that is going to be a wise decision for our studio? Got some tough questions that you got to ask yourself. Hey, and speaking of value, if you guys think that this is valuable, can you do me a solid and share this broadcast right now? That would be amazing. Like and share this broadcast with your piano teacher friends, and that would be awesome. Thank you. All right. I see so many people tuning in today, and I see lots of value, value, value. Christy, thank you. This is my favorite lipstick. It brings value to my life. All right, so here we go. Measuring value. This is something that I've given a lot of thought over the last several weeks because I'm thinking about bringing some changes to my business in the fall of next year. And I'm starting to roll these ideas around in my head, and I'm thinking about, well, what will this change bring to my studio, and how is it going to affect all these different areas of my studio and my life? Is it going to be valuable enough for me to implement that change? All right, so let's ask ourselves some questions here. First off, are any of you out there thinking about making some big business changes next fall? You might be thinking about that right now. Ruth says, me too, thinking about making some changes. All right, so if you're thinking about making some changes, and I already mentioned some of the changes that you might be thinking about, like group lessons or restructuring your lessons. Maybe you're thinking about doing some, adding some more things to your studio, like subscription services, or you're thinking about changing the way that your tuition is set up. You must think about, how can I Implement these changes in a way so that it brings value to everybody at the table. I see, yay. Okay, Christy is saying maybe some group preschool. Yes, I think that is a fabulous idea. So you've got to take a look at that change opportunity and see what is it going to bring. All right, so how do we measure value when we're making those big changes? I have maybe like 3.5 questions that I think that you should really ask yourself. So I want you to grab a pen and paper and think about these things today. And I think that's going to be really valuable for you. Oh, hello, Jennifer. Jennifer's tuning in from Alberta, Canada. She says it's finally sunny. Yes. Oh, it has been a long winter. I totally agree. I'm ready for some springtime. I see some other people who are considering some changes. Dalker's group lessons. Yes. I think that would be really cool. You have some good videos on that on your Facebook page there, Manuel. I like those. We're going to have to share those. Dana says she's thinking about overlapping lesson time for partner work. I like it. I think that's a fabulous idea. And let's think about how those changes are going to bring value. So when it comes to figuring out the value of these changes, it's really important to ask yourself these questions so that you can communicate that value to your clients, to your students, to the community at large about your studio. You want to know, what is it that I am bringing as a business owner and a person to my business? How am I going to communicate those changes and that value to everyone? All right, so here are the questions. Question number 1, I like to ask myself, is this going to bring value to my clients? Now, we really have 2 separate sets of clients, unless you are teaching post-secondary students. And I know the majority of the piano and voice teachers who tune in here are mostly teaching K through 12. So that's kind of what I'm thinking of. And that's why I say we really have 2 clients. We have the parents. Okay, what kind of value is this change going to bring to my parents? Is it going to be a change where they perceive that they're getting more time for the same amount of money, or maybe they are getting a little bit of a break in their schedule? Maybe that time, maybe you're offering like a group class that's kind of longer, and it gives them the opportunity to get stuff done, because parents need that. Sometimes that half an hour lesson or 45-minute lesson isn't enough time for them to run to the store and get things done or check those errands off their list. What kind of a value is it going to bring to your parents in your studio? So when you're thinking about making that change, sit down and write down all the things that you see as a parent, all of the values that change will bring. Now, then you have to think about your students, because that's different. Your students aren't going to care if you're giving parents an hour and a half break where they can get things done. Your students need to consider different value. You need to consider different values for your students, is what I mean to say. So what changes would bring value to your students? So like, for instance, if you're going to think about partner lessons or buddy lessons, that's a big topic right now. What value would those bring to your students? Make a list of all the different things that would be valuable for that student experience. These values that you're writing down are super important, because this is going to be how you communicate why clients should choose you, right? That's what we want to do. Okay, so we ask ourselves, what kind of value is it bringing to the parents? What kind of value is it going to bring to my students? And you make a nice list of all of those values. If you were to add preschool classes to your list of offerings in your studio, what kind of value would that bring to the parents? What kind of value would it bring to the students? Be very clear about the values that you're offering. Make a list. Have you guys ever made lists of values for the different offerings that you have in your studio? If you haven't, now is the time. I'm encouraging you, make those lists, guys. All right, so once you've really looked at your clients, then it's very important for you to look at your business. What kind of value is that change going to bring to your business? Well, if you are going after, perhaps if you're going after a different demographic, if you're going after preschoolers, or if you're going after adults, maybe let's say retired adults, that is going to bring a new type of value to your business in that you are going to be able to maybe have days in the week when you're teaching earlier and ending earlier. That's a really nice value, isn't it? So you might be able to change your working hours. What other values can you bring to your business with those changes? You have to really think hard. Is this big change that I'm making going to bring in more income for my business? I know teachers get nervous sometimes when I bring up the money topic, but let's be real here. We don't teach for purely altruistic reasons, right? We're here to make a living and we enjoy what we do. And those two things can go together. They can and should go together. You should enjoy what you do. And you can also look at the value that it brings in for your business as well. So think about whatever change you are considering making, what kind of value is it going to bring to your business? Are you guys thinking right now? Is your brain churning? Are you starting to write down those lists? Let me know. If anybody here is starting to write down their lists for changes, I would love to hear your values. Okay, so we look at our business, we look at our clients, and then one of the most important steps, and I think that this is something that a lot of us miss. What kind of value is this going to bring to your family? Or what kind of value is this going to bring to you as an individual? Because if we don't consider the value in this area of our life, we can often overstretch ourselves. We may be so excited about adding new things to our business, but we do not consider that we are continuously carving out time in our schedule and not allowing ourselves the time to spend with our loved ones, the time to spend with ourselves. Come on, self-care, people. Self-care is so important. We need to make a list of what value is this change going to bring to your family or to your personal life, because you are your business. And if you are not taking care of yourself, your business will not do well. How many of you have learned that lesson the hard way? Raise your hand. Okay, so those are the 3 areas of value that I encourage you to really examine before you make those changes. Now, am I trying to scare you away from making changes? Absolutely not, because you should be in control of your business and you should be excited about these changes. If they are bringing value to those 3 different areas, you should be super psyched about making those changes in your business. So, in summation, when we ask ourselves, does it bring value to my studio? Then we're asking about our parents and our students. We make our list. Then we are asking about the business itself. How is it going to change the perception that others have about your business? Does it bring a lot of value to your business? If so, you need to learn how to communicate that to the community. And then finally, does it bring value to your family? Does it bring value to you personally? Super important to know these things. So what do I have for you guys today? I have some fantastic stuff because I'm all about bringing the value today. I have a free webinar that I would love to pass along to you, and it is a fabulous webinar with Heather Nanny, and she is talking about teaching preschoolers. Now, even if you're not on the preschool bandwagon, because I know that bandwagon has gotten really popular this year, even if you're not on that, I encourage you to get a hold of this freebie because you're going to learn some really cool teaching tips and cute little game ideas. And I tell you what, Heather's ideas about dollar store things that you can use in lessons are worth it. They're so much fun. And plus, this is an absolutely free webinar. So if you type the word value below, you will be able to get a hold of this awesome free webinar. It is going to be open through April 22nd. So make sure that you get a hold of that now before it disappears. Type the word value below if you want to get into that free webinar, and it's pretty cool. We have another free webinar coming up next week, guys. So make sure that you us here at Upbeat Piano Teachers, because we are going to be posting all kinds of stuff about this awesome free webinar we have next week on Thursday. I think you're going to really enjoy it. So make sure that you like this post and that you like our Facebook page and follow us so that you can get notifications for this upcoming webinar. It's going to be really, really fun. All right. So thank you so much for joining me today, guys. I see so many awesome things. I see value, value, value. And I see a thank you from Jennifer Colby Bryan. Thank you for tuning in, Jennifer. Always happy to see your face pop up here. All right. Okay, guys. Thank you so much for joining me today. I really enjoyed chatting with you. I'm going to jump into the comments after I get off of here so I can interact with you guys and talk about some value. If you enjoyed today's broadcast, make sure that you catch our replays. They are available on YouTube. Look for Upbeat Piano Teachers on YouTube. There's a phone call. Awkward. Okay. And make sure that you subscribe to our YouTube channel so that you can get a hold of all of our replays. If you enjoyed today's broadcast and you found value, please do me a solid and share this post. That would be amazing. Thank you so much. Make sure that others can get a hold of this value too. And I hope that I will see you guys next Friday. Remember to tune in every Friday for Friday 5 Live here at Upbeat Piano Teachers. And we will see you guys next time.